clients. Don't take it too seriously. By having a reading, you may have already changed the outcome. Nothing is set in stone. Now this card tells me that you are an artistic young woman. I see good things in your cards. Knight of Cups, a handsome and charming man.
I loved the visual creativity of Turn of Fate. It was really inviting visually. It was very eerie. I thought the song choice worked really well, making it more real, even though it was puppets. And I thought the puppets were really great in the way that they moved and the way that the story unfolded. Definitely very memorable by the ending as well. So really great on all levels.
Loved the use of these dolls as a medium for puppeteering. I am such a huge fan of puppets and puppeteering, and I know the skill, and especially with these vintage dolls, it's much more complex. It's not like a normal, just a normal puppet like this. So I think the way that you went about this was really skillful, and it shows a lot of talent and a lot of knowledge and going into this and figuring out the schematics of how this is going to work. So I really appreciate that. Story-wise, this is a really interesting story about the fate of all these dolls and this turn of fate and how they all ended up like this. I think it's a really interesting story done with a really interesting medium, and it sucks you in right away. So I really want to commend you for encapsulating the tone throughout all of this.
What a great way to repurpose vintage dolls by turning them into puppets and using puppetry to tell your story. It was really amusing. I didn't expect the twist that the boy was actually her son. Unfortunately for him, it looks like he might not be much longer, since it looks like the next thing is death for him, but this was really amusing to watch. It was something that wasn't expected. It was something that was really from a different era almost, because it was using things, instead of doing stop motion animation, it was using actual objects to do puppetry. And they had a moving, and even the hard work to be able to flip a card with just the puppet. It was quite amusing to watch because of this. It was very well done.
One of the most interesting things that I definitely had fun with was just watching the marionettes go about and interact with each other, and also just the creativity and how it takes advantage of its audio design. As we're focusing mostly on the marionettes, a lot of things they can't really showcase, so they leave it up to the imagination, and they use these sound effects to kind of encapsulate what's going on. For example, the car accident was mostly just a marionette falling onto a sheet of cloth, but they use the crashing sounds and context to help paint that scene as a car wreck.
We kind of see this fortune teller for who she really is. This is kind of a play on our fortune tellers' frauds and what do you get out of this experience. And in doing so, we get this moment with this girl, and told in this form of puppeteering, how she's going to come across love, and she's going to have this moment. And she says, let's ask the cards, and the death tarot card pops up, which a lot of the time, it doesn't necessarily mean death itself. It is kind of a point of notion to this symbolization, to end situations and connections that no longer serve us. That way we can change in a positive way.
So in this puppet style animation, a dancer goes to see a psychic, and she's going to predict that she will fall in love. And she does. But there may be something devious at play with this fortune teller, and there may be more than meets the eyes, because she's not being completely honest with her, and it does seem like she's setting up her fate to happen in the way that she's saying, because she has her own motives, and her motives aren't 100% clear. in just this short animation, but it is clear that the final card that she flips leaves a very clear message of what is to come and of the intentions not being pure when it comes to this fortune teller.